Alright, this is John Colo with growingyourgreens.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and I'm here in Tucson, Arizona. Probably maybe for the second time in my life. I think my dad brought me here when I was young, but this is the second time I've been in Tucson, Arizona. It's for a very important reason. I was driving through Tucson and I had to stop at this place to share with you guys and also for me to check it out. I'm so excited about this place because when I find a new seed store, that is offering heirloom seeds and seeds that are not available anywhere else, I go super crazy. So anyways, today we're at 3061, I think it's North Campbell here in Tucson, Arizona. We're at Native Seed Search. And this is a non-profit organization that started like 33 years ago. And a team of people went around to different tribes, Native American tribes, and other farms and places in the area and collected heirloom seeds from them and have kept them for the last 30 odd years, have been actually growing them out and making them available. Now, not all the seeds are available, but a large percentage are, and that's what they offer here. This is a non-profit and they do a lot of education. They sell the seeds here. They also sell the seeds online. So if you guys live in the Southwest, you can't get to Tucson here to buy the seeds at their store, which is really cool. You could order them online, and I'll tell you guys the website. And actually, without further ado, let's go ahead and show you guys the store, show you guys what they're offering, some of my favorite picks, and actually I'm going to show you guys how to save some money on some seeds that they probably don't want you to know. So one of the things they're doing at the Native Seed Search store is that they have a little small demonstration garden, and I want to say small. They have a few containers, and they're growing some of the different crops out here, some edible, some non-edible. This one right here is the Chilipin pepper. So this is a super hot pepper. This plant looks very good. We're in the middle of summer here. They're currently replanting some of the other plants right now. They're going to be growing some corn here. They got some sunflowers, some heirloom Native American sunflowers over here. And I want to show you guys this one because this one's actually one I'd never seen, and actually this is one of the ones I'm going to be picking up seeds today for. This one's known as the wild loofah, right? So everybody knows what the loofah is. Hopefully I had a good episode on that where I grew loofahs out, and loofahs are those like natural plant-based sponges. They're not coming from the sea, and they're not being made out of plastic, however they make them artificial sponges that are pink and blue and all this kind of stuff. These are natural sponges, and when you're done with these sponges, you could compost them, right? And in each sponge, they contain the seeds. And so I encourage you guys, especially if you guys live in the Southwest, to grow some of these in a spot that you're not going to grow food. And some loofahs may be able to be eaten when they're small and young and immature, right? And I always like the wild plants because they are more tolerant of the conditions, right? They're not as naturalized or hybridized as some of the ones that we've grown to create the long loofahs. And that's why I'm really excited to be at this store here, because they have some of the crops that are, more wild-esque or heirlooms that's been growing for hundreds of years, different tribes in the lands of the Southwest, and even before the white man came. So let's go ahead and show you guys the front of the store, and I want to explain to you guys more about the nonprofit organization here. So now we're at the front of the store, and they have a nice display in their window. They have like corn and some prolific watermelon from their own seed bank collection with different, rainwater harvesting books and different products in the local area, including Olla bottles, which is new to me, and actually these cool things, Olla balls, that I've never seen before. I'll be sure to tell you guys more about that in a minute. So now I want to share with you guys more about the Native Seed Search organization, and basically it's this, Native Seed Search, and it stands for Southwest Endangered Arid Resource Clearinghouse, conserves, distributes, and documents the adapted and diverse varieties of agricultural seeds, their wild relatives, and the role these seeds play in cultures of the American Southwest and Northwest Mexico. We promote the use of these ancient crops and their wild relatives by gathering, safeguarding, and distributing their seeds to farmers and gardening communities. Learn more information at nativeseeds.org. So this is what they do in a nutshell. They collect seeds, save seeds, and make them available to people. And if you guys are one of my viewers and you guys are an American Indian associated with the tribe, you can actually get a free membership and get free seeds from this place, right? So that's cool if you're in the Southwest, right? So Southwest would include like some parts of South Texas, New Mexico, Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, and even parts of Southern California. Now, if you're a native associated with the tribe and not in one of these areas, you guys could get a discounted membership at the native seed search. So that's really cool. Free seeds for all is what I say. Anyways, let's go ahead and head in the store and show you guys what's happening. Oh, okay, before we enter, I want to let you guys know the hours here. The summer hours are Monday and Tuesday 10 to 5, Wednesday noon to 6, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 9 to 1. So I like that they're actually open every day. Let's head inside and see what they got. All right, so now I want to share with you guys what's inside the seed store. You guys can see there's lots of seeds and there's lots of things to see. The first thing I want to do is I actually want to show you guys this over here. This is really cool. This is actually where they collected some of the seeds that they're offering here in the store. Like all these different red dots is where they've collected the seeds from different Native American peoples and farmers and people that have been growing seeds, you know, in the Southwest area. So like they've collected seeds from all over, as far down as Mexico, lots, you know, in Mexico, and lots in the Phoenix and New Mexico, a little bit in South Texas, and even some in Nevada. So yeah, these seeds come from all over, so that's really cool. Let's go ahead and flip around and share with you guys some of my favorite seeds that they have here. So they have like maybe like over a half dozen different seed racks, and each of them are filled with whole collections of different kinds of seeds. I can't like go over every different kind with you guys, but I'm gonna share with you guys some of my favorites here and what's going on here in the seed racks. So let's see, they have all different kinds of gourds, which is really cool. And the one I like the most was this guy right here. This is the loofah, the wild loofah. This made the little wild loofah plant that you guys saw outside. This is $3.95 for some seeds. And these guys make those like little sponges. That's really cool. I've never seen those before. And the loofahs are gonna grow like gangbusters here in the Southwest, super easy. And I want to note, like, you know, on these gourds here, you know, which gourds could be used instead of using, you know, plastics, which is a good way to get plastics out, by growing gourds and having, you know, different bowls and things and storage vessels out of gourds. But on the seed packets they sell here, this is a gourd San Juan mix, and this is, it says, from our seed bank collection. And so they sell seeds here from their seed bank collection. But they also sell seeds that are going to grow well here in the Southwest. So they sell tried and true varieties, not from their seed bank necessarily. So for example, one of those seeds is actually right here. This is the Greens Red Malabar Spinach. So this is one of my favorite summer greens to grow. So instead of growing lettuce because it's too hot, I love to grow the Malabar Spinach. Malabar Spinach tastes amazing, has a nice neutral flavor. It's a little bit mucilaginous and kind of like maybe like tastes like a cactus leaf, kind of like, but not as slimy. Really good, super vigorous grower. But the thing is this, like you could plant these seeds and they like to germinate only when it's really warm out. They're not going to germinate like early season, like March or anything like that. And then once they start growing, they're going to grow really slowly at first. They're going to take maybe like a month, and you can be like, John, my seeds aren't growing. They're like this tall. But once they get about this tall, then they start like putting out a couple inches a day, and they start growing like crazy. So I would encourage you guys to trellis these guys up. It'll fill a whole trellis with an abundance of the greens to eat in the summertime. Let's see, let's go ahead and spin this rack around and see what else we got. All right, they got all kinds of standard crops like beets and cabbages. A lot of these guys are not from their collection. But some of the things that are like these guys, like they got some Hopi short staple cotton. I want to encourage you guys, you know, to grow your own cotton and spin your own clothes. We all just buy clothes that are imported from who knows where, and people are being paid slave labor wages to like weave our shirts, probably even including the one I'm wearing. But we could do better. Grow your own cotton, man. That's cool. And then they have, you know, peas and cucumbers. And here's some of the cucumbers that are going to grow well in the Southwest, also from my experience. And that's the ones they're selling. The lemon cucumber, the Armenian long, which is the one I would recommend. I'd also recommend the striped Armenian. And then this is actually one I haven't tried. It's called the Bait Alpha. And this is a variety that's supposed to do good with the heat also. So I think I'm going to pick up this seed pack myself today and try them out. And yeah, they got all kinds of stuff here. Let's see, let's go head over to another seed rack and show you guys what they got. Right. So next we're going to talk about peppers and chilies, and this is where this organization shines. Like the majority of the chili peppers here are all like rare, heirloom chilies from the Southwest and are going to grow quite well in the Southwest. I think a lot of the varieties look like they're hot varieties, and there's so many different kinds, and they tend to probably be a little bit smaller chilies with some heat. So if you like heat, this is your place to get the hookup on your chilies. Spinning this around, corn, another big crop of the native people, and I want to encourage you guys to eat some corn. Corn is not a vegetable, it's a grain. And they got so many different kinds of corn, and right, when we think of corn, you think white corn, you think yellow corn. There's so many other kinds of corn that have been basically taken out of existence by big mega corporations that just want you to eat their corn, their GMO corn, for instance, which I think is terrible. So we want to grow some of these kinds of corns. Look at this. This corn is almost, it's like so dark purple, it's almost black. This corn is made for flour, so if you're like cooking and baking and grinding flour, this is the one you're going to want to grow. I mean, they also have popcorn, really dark varieties of popcorn, different kinds of red popcorn. Here's one. This is called the Chipotle Pinot Maize popcorn. Look at how dark that is. Now, I'm not a big fan of popcorn, but I like sweet corn, so then I would get this guy. And this is the Guargio Red. So this is kind of like a reddish popcorn. So yeah, once again, eat your foods with colors or pigments in there for more antioxidants. All right, let's go head over to a few more seed racks in the shop. Okay, on this seed rack, what they got is a lot of different squashes. So I would encourage you guys not only grow the standard summer squashes that you guys know and love, zucchinis and things, but grow some winter squashes, or more importantly, storage squashes. These are foods that you could actually grow in the summertime and then keep them in the winter to grow when you're not growing these things. In the wintertime, I want you guys, especially in the Southwest, to have greens and grow tons of greens and other things in your garden. And you could be eating your squashes that you grew in the summer in the wintertime because they store for so long, especially in the Southwest where it's so arid and dry. So yeah, they have various kinds of native heirloom squashes that you guys could try. And you're like, John, which variety do I get? And I would say, get them all. And try and plant different squashes in your specific situation and see which ones grow the best. I don't know which one's going to grow the best for you. You know, I personally would start to choose the ones that have really deep rich pigments, dark rich orange pigments, you know, blue pigments, whatever pigments they are on the skin and on the, you know, the flesh of the squash. So let's see, spinning on the other side. Oh, this side. So on this side, on the bottom here, they got tomatoes and watermelon, something that's also been grown, you know, in the Southwest for a long time. And a lot of people in the Southwest have challenges with growing tomatoes in the heat. You know, a lot of standard varieties of tomatoes don't like when it gets over 100 degrees out. But they've got some varieties that do well in the heat. So the kind that I'm actually going to pick up myself today, one of the reasons why I came here, is because I want to get this one. This is known as the Texas Wild Cherry Tomato. So this is the variety to grow that's just gonna, even if you're like 100 degrees, this is gonna grow like non-stop, should be productive even through the weather and the heat. Another one I think that's gonna be pretty good is this guy. This is the Punta Banda. So I'm gonna get both these guys today to grow in the heat and do trials with them to see how they do in my garden. All right. And they have all different kinds of watermelon. And you guys may be familiar with the standard red or pink watermelon, but they got, you know, different kinds of Hopi yellow watermelons. And they probably even have one here. I don't know if they have the seeds available today, but they have a red seeded watermelon where the seeds are actually red, not black. So that's really cool. And I want to let you guys know that the watermelon seeds are completely edible and they are delicious. They're one of my favorite seeds to eat, as well as your squash seeds. They're also edible. I mean, think about it. Pumpkin seeds, they're edible, right? So anyways, over in this next rack, this is a rack you guys don't have access to. This is the heritage seeds for the Southwest, and these varieties are in low supply. So unless you're a member or through the Native American Free Seed Program, you guys don't have access to these guys because these are some of the seeds in their seed collection that they've preserved, but they don't have available in large quantities. So they don't sell those to people, but they make them available for members and for people in the program. They also have a percentage of seeds that they have in their collection that they're preserving, but they don't even have enough for this program or to sell. So, you know, they're trying to propagate those out and make those available as they can. But yeah, they have all different kinds of other beans, chilies, and flour, corns, and greens, melons, available for you guys. So I want to encourage you guys to get access to this, to become a member of their organization. So now I want to share with you guys another area of the store here, and this is like, I don't know, another part. And this part actually doesn't really have, well, too many seeds to buy. It has actually a lot of books. So I really like they have a lot of books on growing food and saving your seeds, gardening with children, books on worms, very important, a lot of really cool books. One I like a lot is this one, and I'd recommend for you guys. It's actually called The Wild Wisdom of Weeds. Katrina Blair is my friend, and I actually have a video that I made with her. I'll post a link down below if I remember. And actually, if you buy that book through my special link, Katrina, I made a special arrangement with Katrina, she will send you the 13 essential plant seeds that she talked about in this book. So you'll get the book and the seeds, so you guys could actually grow them out and see them in all stages of development, right? I want to encourage you guys to grow the easiest crops, right? The easiest crops are weeds that will grow in the cracks of your sidewalk without you. And if you guys could know what they are, know the benefits, know how to use them, and then get the seeds, that's the easiest. Of course, also, the seeds that have adapted to your specific regions, your specific climates, are also a lot easier to grow too. Maybe not quite as easy as the weeds, like some of the ones here, if you guys live in the Southwest. Let's see, oh, another book. This is a book actually I own, Basic Seed Saving by Bill McDorman. And I heard that guy talk once, he's amazing. But yeah, if you're like new into gardening, don't know how to save seeds, get this book. He breaks it down, super simple, and it's a really inexpensive book to buy. Let's see, I mean, I can sit here all day going over books. I want to show you guys some other stuff. They got some compost right here, and check it out. I like this. Good use of bag compost, right? Use it to prevent flooding. Use it as sandbags. All right, let's head over. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you guys is this stuff right here. So they got these cool Olla bottles. And these Olla bottles are, instead of just being like an Olla pot, they're just like a bottle. And then actually they're glazed at the top to prevent evaporation. Plus they have a little top on here so you don't get evaporation off the top. So I really like these a lot. How these work, if you guys don't know, is you fill these up with water, you sink the soil level down to this level, and then basically, because this is unglazed, the water seeps through it at a slow and moderate rate. And the plants that you plant around it, the roots are like water homing devices, right? The roots, they like are in the soil. Their job is to seek water. They'll be like, all right, the water's over here. They'll grow and they'll like attach onto here and they'll like suck out all the water as it comes out. And then you just fill this up. And so like when you water on top of the soil, right, you're getting evaporation, especially in the Southwest. So this is one excellent way to water your crops. So yeah, it's cool. They got a bottle now instead of just a standard Olla. I kind of like the Ollas because you actually got more surface area than the bottle. The bottle is a kind of a neat concept, but yeah, I kind of like that they have it. But the thing I'm most excited about here that I saw today for irrigation wise anyways, are these guys. These actually are called Olla balls. So what these Olla balls do, it's kind of like the Olla principle, but instead of filling them up, you know, through a little cap in the top that you pour water in, you hook this up to your drip system. Or actually not even your drip system, you hook it up to a container such as this, and it actually has a float. So the container will fill up with water, and then the water is filled up to a certain area, and then this little tube here, the water will go into the ball, all gravity fed. So this will gravity feed your Olla balls, and there's one Olla ball per plant. That's very important. So this system could get actually quite expensive because you need one per plant. If you have a small garden, it's not gonna be an issue. That's gonna be cool to set up like a whole 4 foot by 4 foot raised bed on this. And then this automatically fills up with the hose, on just basically gravity pressure. It feeds all of them, keeps them full, that keeps it full. That's like the best way to water stuff instead of like, oh, I'm gonna put a 5-minute time for that bed because that's what I think. This actually will leach the water out at a slow and moderate rate enough for your plants. So I really like that a lot. These Olla balls, actually, they're only $6 each. And then they have these kits, $65 for the small kit, and then they have actually a larger kit that's even more. So they also have more books in this area, and one that actually stood out to me, I've never read it before, I've seen it, but this is kind of cool. Southwest Fruit and Vegetable Gardening, how to grow, plant, and harvest the best edibles for Arizona, New Mexico, and Nevada. So this might be pretty cool. They talk about all the different crops that'll do good in the Southwest because you can't grow anything here well, you could grow anything, but maybe not easily. So I want you guys to focus on the easy stuff. And hopefully in this book, that's what they're highlighting. So yeah, I've never seen it before, and I'm gonna have to check it out myself. All right, let's go ahead and head over here. They got cool signs, and I mean, just coming to the store, it's not just like coming to the store to buy stuff. This is an educational experience. Being able to see all the different signs and like all the different things and like some of the different resources they have. And here's something on biodiversity. And this is something that I'm really into, and I want to encourage you guys to be into biodiversity too. Biodiversity is the basis of sustainable agriculture and food security. Conservation and promotion of diversity is essential because agriculture diversity offers increased resilience to stress, variability, disease, and pests. I mean, I was talking to one of the ladies here in the store, and she was saying how they're trying to grow out some of their special varieties of collected seeds, and it doesn't always work because, you know, the weather could change, it could be a bug infestation, you never know, so they don't always have every variety of the seeds they've saved available, right? But if you have more varieties, it offers more resilience for your tribe, more resilience for you and your family, and more resilience for your community, so that you guys will always have food. Because if you put all your donuts in one donut box, right, and the cops get it, they're gone, right? But if you have a whole bunch of different boxes in different places and different varieties, right, then you can be safe. I don't know why I talked about cops and donuts, but anyways. Biodiversity also provides nutritional diversity needed for human survival. This is huge. Every different crop, every different kind of crop will have different levels of phytonutrients, phytochemicals, vitamins, and minerals. These are all very important for us. So I encourage you guys to grow diversity and eat a diversity of crops. Not only kinds of crops, but types of crops as well. Promotes healthy ecosystems. The more greater biodiversity of plants you have, the greater biodiversity of creatures that are gonna, habitat your area, whether they're the birds, the bees, the butterflies, whatever, caterpillars, all these different creatures. Some plants are hosts to certain kind of creatures, right? And we need to try to model the ecosystem as much as we can and not just be like monocropping. Like on the drive here, I saw monocrops of corn. I don't think that's very good. Let's see, produces higher, more stable yields with fewer inputs. Provides genetic material for continued adaptation and evolution for future options for adaptation to climate change. So this is very huge, right? When you grow out your own seeds, you collect and save your seeds, from your specific garden, your seeds are adapting and slowly changing over time to grow well in your specific conditions, right? And that's huge because, I mean, most big commercial industrial farmers use hybridized seeds that are just this, and they don't save their seeds year to year because they're slaves to the seed companies that have to keep buying their seeds to get the same exact one. And they're not changing as time changes or as weather changes, as climate changes or whatever, and they may be more faced with adversity in the future. And it's important for maintaining cultural traditions. This is very important, right? Handing down seeds from generation to generation, right? And even the seeds here, some of the seeds here have come in, from the Native Americans that have lived here before any of the white man came. So that's cool. So let's see, let's put this down. Yeah, biodiversity is huge. And I want to encourage you guys to grow more biodiversity if you're not already. You might have a couple varieties of tomatoes, but grow more. And besides just tomatoes, grow some peppers. If you live in the Southwest, I would definitely say grow some okra, grow some eggplant. They're some of the easiest things. And actually with the Native Seed Search nonprofit, you could do that right here. And this is probably one of my favorite areas of the store. This is their Native Seed Search Seed Lending Library. So this is around the back in the corner, right? Because obviously you should buy and support them by purchasing their seeds. But they have some of the seeds here in the library for people in the local area, so you could actually check out the seeds, right? You could grow them in your garden, and then you get to bring back some of the seeds that you grew out that you got from here. So it's like a library. You're gonna borrow it and then bring some back. It's very important because, I mean, this is what we really need to happen in the whole United States. Every city should have some kind of seed bank to make seeds available, for free to people so that they could grow food, and then people need to bring those seeds back because this is a community. We don't live in isolation. We want to network with others, and I'm glad you guys are watching this video so that you guys could at least be in my network, right? But I want you guys to seek out other local gardeners and start talking amongst yourselves and and you know, learning about different meetings. You know, this is a great place here to learn about events going on in the Tucson area. Anyways, in this native seed search seed lending library, they just have like an old school card catalog, probably from a library from back in the day. That libraries don't use these anymore, so now it's being repurposed, which is great. And basically in here they have basically envelopes and envelopes and envelopes of all different kinds of seeds that you guys could check out, borrow, and then bring back. And they have the special you know, procedures on how to do that. I'm not going to get into that for you guys, but they got different kinds of amaranth in here, like all these different seeds. Like this pack, you know, is a common bean, bush pole, Dolores D, Hidalgo, Camino, Physalis vulgaris, and it's from the NSS seed bank. So I mean, each one of these seeds, there's a different kind of seed. So there's like amaranth, pole beans, lima beans, carrot, chilies, beets. I mean, this is amazing. So I mean, especially for you guys that don't want to like pay to buy seeds, come here and get some free, right? I think everybody should have accessibility to, you know, seeds and seed libraries. And I think it's sad that, you know, in some states seed libraries are actually illegal. And so if I remember, I'll post a link down below to a video I did about why seed libraries are illegal in some states, which I think is heresy and shouldn't be happening. But yeah, they got different seeds for growing flour, different kinds of corn, like all different kinds of corn, eggplants, greens, herbs, melons, all kinds of cool stuff. But yeah, this seed library only available if you come here, right? So don't call them up and say, hey, I want some seeds out of your seed library. Not gonna happen. If you guys call them up, you could order some seeds. Seed library is only for local people here in the Tucson area. All right, let me go ahead and take you guys to one last area of this seed store today. So last part of the native seed search store I want to share with you guys today is this side. And this side is not really, I mean, well, it does contain some seeds, but it's mostly about local food. And I mean, I think that's another big important part of growing your own food is you know, supporting local agriculture and local products. And so I like to come into this area to see what kind of products are available. So then that also lets me know, like, hey, what kind of things can I harvest, can I grow, and how do people use some of the native crops of the different areas. So let's go head over to this side first. So over here, there's of course, you know, different kinds of pepper seasonings. These are little chipotle peppers, and they got scorpion peppers, and they got a whole different kinds of different salsas and things, and vinegars and spices, and they got all different kinds of like pepper powders, right? I make my own pepper powders. I make like a mixed pepper powder. But you could buy a different 4-ounce bag of different varieties of pepper powders, and each tastes unique and different. Some are hot, some are mild. These guys are probably really hot. So if you guys are into like hot spices, this is the place to go, man, because you got all like local pepper powders, like at least a dozen varieties. But check it out, even better than pepper powders, you guys could come down to here. And you could get the whole pepper, so you could powder them yourself or use them however you will. Now here's a secret, don't tell anybody, right? Okay, so the secret is this one. This is a Gualajillo whole chilies, right? These are whole dried chilies. And wait, are they roasted? If they're not roasted, because if they're roasted, the seeds may not be viable. But if they're just dried, the seeds are still viable. So instead of buying a seed pack over there for like a couple bucks, you could buy this. It's a couple bucks. You're gonna be able to get the food and then harvest the seeds out of it, and you could grow them. Actually, these seeds may not grow true, depending if they grew these in an isolated area or not. But anyways, so that's one tip, right? So they got all different kinds of chilies and different seeds you guys could get for the food and the seeds. All right, so let's go ahead and continue over here. Over here, they got all different kinds of teas. So I want to encourage you guys, if you guys are growing herbs and other things, you can make so many different kinds of teas. So that's really cool. They had a prickly pear tea. That's actually new one on me, so that's cool. They got different honeys and pomegranate teas. And then over this is one of my favorite things. Check this out. This is crazy, right? Prickly pear juice. I love prickly pear juice. It's like one of my favorite juices in the whole wide world, right? And I would encourage you guys to harvest and pick your own prickly pears and juice them up yourself, because it's gonna save you guys a lot of money. This prickly pear juice, I mean, if you're lazy and you don't wanna harvest your own prickly pears and juice them, you should get this juice. It's really high antioxidant and good stuff. But the problem is this juice, it's $22. That's a bit spendy for me. I think I'll pick my prickly pears and get some prickers in my fingers and save 22 bucks. All right, but yeah, they got all kinds of different prickly pear syrup and jams. Oh, we gotta stop talk about this stuff. They got mesquite meal. So mesquite meal, native to the Southwest, and mesquite, way better than flour. It's, you know, than wheat flour. It could be made into a flour. It's, you know, gluten-free, way more nutritious, and tastes way better. So yeah, if you have a mesquite tree, you could harvest them and grind them up and powder them yourself. All right, of course, they got the chia seeds down here. And these chia seeds are being sold for human consumption. You know, you guys could eat these, soak them in water, soak them in some juice, actually better yet, soak them in some prickly pear juice, and then drink them. But the other thing you guys could do, right, this bag, this whole bag is like, how much is it? $15, right? You could buy some like chia seeds in the seed area for like, I don't know, 100 grams for like a couple bucks. Get this, you're gonna have a ton of seeds, so eat some of the seeds, but plant some of the seeds. And plant them like, you know, just throw them out. That's what I did. I bought chia seeds for eating and just threw them out. And man, they came up. They grow well. All right, so like over in this area, check it out, man. This is cool. I wanna encourage you guys really to eat beans. Beans are a super protein. They're way better than any kind of meat or dairy products for protein, because besides just the protein that the beans have, they also have special phytochemicals and phytonutrients that are disease protective. They're gonna help you guys shed weight and so many other things. And I mean, you guys might go to the store, if you go to like a big like health food store, they might have like a dozen variety of beans maybe to buy. But here, and those are common ones, they have all these uncommon like heirloom beans from Rancho Gordo. I mean, I could go over all of them, but I'm not. Yellow Indian woman beans, yellow eye beans, Vesquero beans, San Franciscano beans, midnight black beans. And each of these beans tastes a little bit different, and they also grow a little bit different, right? And so I want you guys to eat all the different kinds of beans and find out your favorite ones, right? And always experiment with them. Now the other cool thing, right, once again, you could buy a seed packet of beans, right, for a couple bucks. But check this out, $6.50. Look at all these beans. You could cook these up, eat half of them, you could plant the other half, right? That's the best way to buy like your seeds to plant, right? Buy them for eating and then just plant them out. So yeah, the beans should be fully viable as long as they're not sitting in the bag too long. And even if they're not 100% viable, like every one germinates, a good percentage of them still will. So yeah, definitely a good way to save some money. Over in this area, they talk about some of the other heirloom crops of the area, including these guys. This is a white Sonoran wheat berries. Here's a Pima club wheat. And here's one white Sonoran wheat berries. So these are like more heirloom varieties of the wheat that may not have as high a gluten, you know, as the standard hybridized wheat that we're buying today. You know, if you are gluten sensitive, I still don't recommend necessarily eating this. Check with your doctor first, grow it out. But it's cool. Once again, you guys could buy these wheat berries to grow them into wheatgrass yourself. You could actually, you know, use them to grind them into flour and cook with, or you could actually grow them in your garden from these seeds right here. So yeah, lots of really cool stuff. We gotta go down here more. So we gotta talk about the corn too, of course. You know, you could buy corn, popcorn here. And if you guys are gonna buy popcorn, right, buy this kind of popcorn. Look at this. This is like red crimson popcorn. Really nice dark color, so higher in antioxidants than that standard white stuff. And this is a non-GMO. And very important to get non-GMO corn. But yeah, these corn could be used. Check out this corn. Oh, here's a corn. I really like, this is probably like my favorite corn, the blue corn. How many of you guys have eaten blue corn before? Like blue corn's very high in antioxidants. The blue pigment in there is known as anthocyanidins. It's also in purple carrots and other things like blueberries. It's very protectant to eat, you know, colored foods in our diets. So yeah, grow out some purple corn and start eating it. And you could actually sprout the corn, like sprout in a sprout jar and just get little tails. And then you could eat the corn, you know, just little baby corn sprouts. They're quite good. I've eaten them before. So this last seed rack that I'm going to share with you guys today is the most important seed rack of this whole place, right? And I think every seed store should have this. And I mean, I'm glad that they have this. And if you guys are a seed store owner, you guys need to have one of these too. And this is seeds to plant now, because, you know, no matter what time of year you come in, especially in the Southwest, you could always grow something. But you don't know what to grow because they're all mixed in with all the other seeds, right? And then you could ask the people, but then they always got to tell every person that comes in, what can you plant now? They're going to, oh, this one. But they just say, hey, go to this rack. Anything on this rack you could plant now. Any time of year that you come in, this rack is populated with different seeds. So that's really cool. So right now you could plant things like amaranth. This is in the summertime. Amaranth, some common beans, tepary beans, different kinds of corn, cowpeas, devil claw, gourd, different kinds of greens, yeah, including my favorite Malabar spinach, definitely one you guys got to grow, the chia, different kinds of basil, panic grass, different kinds of melon, sorghum, squash. Oh, and I didn't talk about the sorghum earlier, actually. I want you guys really, if you guys live in the Southwest, to grow sorghum. They have different kinds of sorghum, sorghum for popping, sorghum for animal feed, and more importantly, the sorghum I like is actually, I think it's the red cane sorghum that you actually just chew on the stalk for the sweet juice, or if you have a sugarcane juicer, it'll probably juice it and you'll make a sweet juice out of that. Of course, they have also turned sorghum into sorghum syrup for you guys. But yeah, so these are all sunflowers, cabbage, broccoli, chilies, and yeah, some flowers. Those are what you could plant right now. And yeah, oh, another thing I want to show you guys is right over here. So this area of the store, they have all these different cool like soaps. So I want to encourage you guys to, be a producer instead of a consumer in our consumerism society, right? Learn how to make your own soaps with some of the different herbs and things that you grow in your garden. It's not very hard, just look it up. Somebody else has a YouTube video on it. I don't yet, maybe I will one day. But you guys can make your own soaps flavored or scented with different herbs from your garden, different salves and creams and massage oils, that you can infuse with your herbs to give your loved one a massage. I make actually my own healing salves with some things out of my garden. And then they have music, and they have these little like decorative screw bean mesquite pods. Like I think on my Christmas tree, I'm gonna have these guys hanging on the Christmas tree. These guys look really cool. And then, oh, check this out. These are the wild loofahs. So check this out right here. These are the wild loofahs right here. I talked about that earlier. You guys saw the seed packet, and this is what they look like. They're quite small, but if you break this open, and I'm buying this one, all right? So you break this open, but if you look inside here, what we have is like a little miniature sponge. So they have this little sponge right here, so you could use it to scrub pots. It's kind of like a hard desert sponge, so it's not as soft as a normal loofah, so maybe don't use it on the face, but use it on the bottom of your feet, on tough areas. And here's a trick, right? Check it out. These are 25 cents each for these loofah, sponges, and you want to shake it. Wait, you could hear it shake in the mic. Inside here, there are the seeds, right? So you could buy a loofah sponge for 25 cents, get the loofah itself, and get the seeds, so you don't have to actually buy the seed pack. It was like a couple bucks, so you're gonna save some money. All right, so I'm gonna get a couple of these to go today. So now I'm about ready to check out and get out of here, and that's pretty much the end of this episode. What I'm gonna share with you guys, what I'm gonna get today, I'm gonna go ahead and get these tomato puta banda. I'm gonna get the Bait Alpha Cucumber, a variety I've never tried that should do good in the heat because they're selling it here. And also those Texas wild cherries, tomatoes, so I could be insured to have tomatoes in the full summer, even in excess of 100 degrees. And of course, I'm gonna get about 4 of those different wild loofah gourds that are nice and small, and I could shake each one of them. And they got seeds in there, so I'm gonna plant these seeds out here this summer. So if you guys want to get any of the items that I showed you guys in this episode today, or become a member, or get your free seeds if you're a Native American associated with the tribe in the Southwest, you want to visit their website, nativeseeds.org. I've had a great visit here. I love visiting seed stores, and more importantly, sharing them with you to make the information and some of the things that's important for this organization available to you guys, and let you guys know about this, because not many people are going around like I do and sharing this with you guys. And if you guys are in the Southwest, you want to definitely visit their website and get some of the seeds that I talked about, and check out their seeds. They got a lot of cool stuff, and they're guaranteed to grow better than any other seeds from any other place, because these are the seeds of this geographic region, which is truly amazing. And also be sure to collect and save and share your seeds with others, so we can keep this genetic diversity alive. Also be sure to become a member of the organization to support them, so they can continue their work, continue to make more of their seeds in their seed collection available for people out there, and do their educational work. I hope to come back to their demonstration farm garden thing where they actually grow out some of the seeds one of these days. But until then, visit their website and order some seeds and support them for sure. If you guys enjoyed this episode, hey, please give me a thumbs up to let me know. I'll try to come back next time I'm in Tucson, which doesn't happen too often. Also be sure to click that subscribe button right down below to be notified of new and upcoming episodes I have coming out about every 3 to 4 days. And be sure to check my past episodes. I have over 1,100 episodes now, teach you guys all aspects of gardening, many having to do in the Southwest, so you guys can grow in a climate where many people say you can't grow food, but you guys definitely could. Just check out some of my videos and I'll show you guys how. So once again, my name is John Kohler with growingyourgreens.com. We'll see you next time. Until then, remember, keep on growing. All right, this is John Kohler with growingyourgreens.com to do another exciting episode for you. And what we're going to do today for you guys is thanks to somebody on Fiverr that wanted to do a coaching session with me, but instead of a coaching